So, welcome students for the physical chemistry lecture, paper number 5. And for the last lecture, you have studied secular equilibrium and transient equilibrium. Today, you are going to learn in detail the examples of secular equilibrium and transient equilibrium. You know, radioactive equilibria established when lambda A it is very less than lambda B. That means when the decay constant of parent element is very large than half-life of the daughter element, then it is said as a secular equilibrium. It is described above. That is, secular equilibrium is established when the parent short-lived daughter element is obtained from a long-lived parent element. I repeat, the secular equilibrium is established when a short-lived daughter element is obtained from a long-lived parent element. For secular equilibrium, a relation can be given as lambda A it is equal lambda A into Na. It is equal to lambda B into Nb. It is equal to lambda C into Nc. At radioactive equilibrium, several short-lived products are formed by successive decays beginning with long-lived parent, provided that the entire material has been undisturbed. That is, no daughter products are removed from the followed to escape. This is the secular equilibrium. Then the transient equilibrium, that means when lambda A is less than lambda B, where lambda A decay constant of the parent as usual and lambda B it is the decay constant of daughter. But lambda A and lambda B are comparable if half-life period of parent and daughter element do not differ largely from, then the equilibrium is established and it is called as transient equilibrium. And transient means temporary. That means it passes away quickly. Here, if we take the ratio of Na by Nb, then we can write lambda b minus lambda a upon lambda a. From this equation here, we have lambda a into Na, it is equal to lambda b into Nb. Therefore, this lambda Na by Nb, it is equal to lambda b minus n lambda a upon lambda a. Then the examples of secular equilibrium. Here the uranium having mass number 238 and atomic number 92, it decays and it gives thorium with mass number 234 and 90 atomic number, and it produces a product. Here the half-life of uranium it is equal to 4.5 into 10 raised to 9 years, while the half-life of thorium it is very less, it is in the order of 24.1 days. Then the second example here, the thorium 90 atomic number and 232 mass number, it gives radium having 228 mass number and 88 atomic number, and it gives products. Here the half-life of thorium it is again 1.39 into 10 raised to 10 years, and the half-life of radium it is 6.7 years. Then the another example here, strontium having mass number 90, atomic number 38. It gives yttrium having mass number 90 and atomic number 39, and it gives products. While the half-life of strontium, here it is 29 years, and the yttrium having half-life time 64 hours. Then we will see the range of alpha particles. Here alpha particles are not deflected from their path. They travel in a straight line in a air medium. The internal energy of alpha particle depends on its source. Almost all alpha particles have nearly same internal energy from the source. While passing through air, they ionize gas. A part of internal energy of alpha particles is lost in the formation of ion pairs. Similarly, large amount of its internal energy is lost by imparting an energy to the electrons removed from atoms or molecules in a collision. Due to loss of energy after travel of some distance, it loses its characteristic properties and cannot ionize the gas molecules. Therefore, the range of alpha particle is defined as the distance it can travel in air from the source at the end at which it ceases or stops to ionize. The range of all alpha particles from the same source is almost same. The range of alpha particles depends on the nature of the source. It is denoted by capital R, generally expressed in centimeter. Geiger has given a relation between range of alpha particle and its initial velocity phi0, and according to Geiger, the phi0 cube it is equal to A into R, where A is a constant and its value is 1.0 into 10 raised to 27. R, it is a range of alpha particle, and phi0 initial velocity of alpha particle. In air, the range of alpha particle is 2.5 centimeter of energy, 4 mega electron volt, and about 9 to 10 centimeter having energy 9 mega electron volt. As energy increases, the range of alpha particle also increases. Then later on we will see the Geiger-Newton relation.